Hello friends, this video is about Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion, also known as law of inertia. So Newton's first law of motion is any object remains in the state of rest or in uniform motion along a straight line until it is compelled to change the state by applying external force. Let's understand this with an example. When a motor car makes a sharp turn at a high speed, motor car makes a sharp turn at a high speed, we tend to get thrown to one side. This can be explained on the basis of the law of inertia. We tend to continue in our straight line motion when an unbalanced force engine to change the direction of motion of the motor car. We slip to one side of the seat due to the inertia of our body. So motor car makes a sharp turn and we get to thrown to one side. This can be explained on the basis of law of inertia. What I have told you just now, first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. Any object remains in the state of rest or in uniform motion along a straight line. So here motor car tend to continue in a straight line motion until it is compelled to change the state by applying an external force. So why the car changed? Because of external force applying. Here unbalanced force is the external force applied by the engine to change the direction of motion of the car. So when external force is applied, the direction of the motion of the car is changed. That's why we slip to one side of the seat due to inertia of our body. So if any object is in the state of rest, then it will remain in rest until external force is applied to change its state. Similarly, an object will remain in motion until any external force is applied over it to change its state. This means all objects resist to in changing their states. The state of any object can be changed by applying external force only. So just now we have observed in the example that car was in a straight line motion unless the external force is applied. After external force was applied, there was a change in the direction of motion of the car. All objects resist to changing their state. So the state of any object can be changed by applying external forces only. Newton's first law of motion in everyday life. A person standing in a bus falls backward when bus starts moving suddenly. This happens because the person and the bus both are in rest while bus is not moving. But as the bus starts moving, the legs of the person start moving along with bus. But rest portion of his body has the tendency to remain in rest. Because of this, the person falls backward if he is not alert. It's simple, bus and person both are in rest. Bus starts moving suddenly. Look, I'll tell you in an easy way. It's simple. Person and bus both are in rest. Bus starts moving. The person has to be careful, but the person was not because of the rest portion of his body. That's why person standing in a bus falls backward when bird starts moving suddenly. Now suppose here is a carom board where the pile of coin are there. So when the pile of coin on the carom board is hit by a striker, coin only at the bottom moves away, leaving rest of the pile of coin at same place. This happens because when the pile is struck with a striker, the coin at the bottom comes in motion while rest of the coin in the pile has the tendency to remain in rest and they vertically falls on the carom board and remain at some place. Another example is now assume that you are riding on motorbike which is in speed. When you stop at traffic signal due to sudden stop, your body moves forward. So this is also an example of Newton's first law of motion. Object will remain in motion until any external force is applied.